We get to step into Ninja's kitchen.
I love this.
Ninja, our producer, who got into, what do you call it?
Sourdough.
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 Yeah, so this is all like sourdough kind of stuff that she makes in the kitchen. And today is a beautiful day because Ninja made in her kitchen what?
Apple fritters.
My husband's going to be so jelly. It's his favorite thing in the world is an apple fritter.
Wait till you hear what Jake said when he got one in his hand.
This smells immaculate.
They do smell amazing.
They do. And warm. She warmed them up. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so the sourdough starter, you started it back in the spring.
Yes, so it is nice and mature. It's doing the things and growing.
Paying the bills.
Maybe not that much, but.
Wow.
Okay.
This is amazing.
Hold on.
It tastes immaculate.
Thank you.
You've gotten really good at this.
Thanks.
I look forward to Ninja's kitchen.
But wait.
What?
Oh, no, it's delicious.
No,
Like,
oh no, here comes a critique.
No.
Oh, no.
No, not at all.
Don't.
No,
This is good.
Girl, I'm not going to critique your baking at all because it's delicious.
But
I heard there was maybe, possibly, could have ended up in a 911 call.
Yeah. So
Wait, something happened?
I didn't realize when I picked these that I would have to fry them. And so I used the pan and was frying them, and there may or may not have been some flames.
Wait, what?
But I smothered it, so we're good. Apparently, I have good reflexes in this situation. So
How did you smother it?
with a towel.
Wait a
Okay.
minute. So your kitchen caught on fire?
Just the stove for like a split second.
Oh, no.
But
Gas.
it's because I flipped one over and it went, and I was like, ah! And I was home alone. But
And
it's
the
okay.
oil splatters and, yeah.
My kitchen is still standing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
No fire department.
So I'm not sure I will make these again.
What about the fire alarm? Did the detectors go off?
No, I got it in time.
But look,
Okay.
it happens. It happens. I'm not going to say that in my baking or cooking process, I haven't had a fire or two. It happens.
So the apple fritters are flame kissed?
That's called blackened.
Well, there is
Seared.
one group that wasn't cooked all the way because of it, so.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Just got an open mic in through the My HISRadio app, which, by the way, you can download for free, Google Play and the App Store.
Good morning, Rob and Liz and Ninja. I'd love one of those sourdough apple fritters. Just message me and I'll give you my address. You can send me a dozen. Hope y'all have a good day.
Just in case you missed it moments ago, Ninja, we stepped into her kitchen because she's gotten into, is it called sourdough?
Well, just baking in general, but she has a sourdough starter that she started back in the spring, and everything she makes right now is from that starter.
Yeah, so it was apple fritters, which they were absolutely amazing.
Right, and I love that. He didn't ask for just one. He wants a dozen.
You got the whole thing.
So
yeah.
can you get on that, Ninja?
I will have to figure out how to mail these safely.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Coco Gauff. I don't know if you know that name, but if you've been watching the U.S. Open, you may have caught a moment with Coco. She just won the U.S. Open title, first one ever. And immediately, as soon as she wins that, she walks over to the bench. She literally kneels down. She puts her hands, together, and then she lays her head in her hands. So she's kneeling down. And SportsCenter goes, look at this. She's taking in and soaking in the moment. And then Tony Dungy, you know him from football. Tony Dungy chimes in on his X account.
Yeah. And he says, look, I hate to break it to you, SportsCenter, but Coco Gauff was not, and he puts air quotes, soaking it all in at this moment. She was praying. Because she's been very open about her Christian faith. I think it's pretty obvious what she's doing here. And so he called him out and said, don't make it something it's not. She isn't just like, oh, I just did, this great feat. She's actually thanking God in this moment.
Isn't that great that she's able? And I don't know if SportsCenter knew that or not. If they don't have a faith in Christ, maybe they don't know.
Sure.
They're like, oh, look at that. She's soaking it in. Tony's like, oh, no, you don't know. She is just so stand in her faith. She stands up in her faith, and she's like thanking God. She's praying. She's like, God, thank you for this moment that you've allowed me to have. And I love it when there are those that have that kind of platform that are bold enough in their faith or don't hide the fact that they love Jesus, that it's okay to kneel down and pray and give some gratitude to God.
And what a role model she is going to be. She already is, but is going to be in the future for all of us to be that bold.
Spoke loudly to me.
Yep.
I mean, if I want to kneel down in downtown at a bench and thank God for something or pray at that moment, will I look around and go, are people watching me? Are they going to think I'm some kind of kook here?
Right. And if we can see this, in our celebrities and those that are in the public eye, then I think it gives us a little boldness as well.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Thanksgiving morning,
Yeah.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I had no idea until just recently that there's only 10 marching bands in that parade. Just 10.
It does feel like there's more.
Doesn't it, though?
Yeah.
But I guess they just spread it apart, just enough so that you get your fill of the marching bands. There's only 10. So next year, they just announced, and some people are going to be really jazzed about this, that the Gamecocks marching band are on their way for next year, 2024.
Now, I would think, doesn't matter who you're a fan of on the football field, still Carolina being represented, the Southeast being represented at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, still a huge deal.
So the Carolina band is on their way
That's
next year. So they got a long time to prepare and get ready for. Good thing that they put it a year in advance, because trying to get hotel rooms and stuff for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, that is a year in advance kind of booking,
It is. It really is. And especially like if you want to go and just try to watch, like if you're parents or, teachers, whatever, and you want to see the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in person, yeah, the hotels are pretty much.
Yeah, my wife has a goal of doing that one time. She's like, I want to go just see it in person one time.
Here's what I think. Amy, Rob's wife Amy, Ninja, and myself, we all go. We all go.
Oh,
we leave all the guys
okay.
at home so we can watch the parade and goo goo gaga over it all, go shopping.
I guess the rest of us will have our own little Thanksgiving feast with the girls out of town.
Yeah.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Helen is quite the mom. 3 kids. And there is a 2-year-old that she has in her family, Joey, who's very special. He's quadriplegic and cerebral palsy.
Oh, baby.
I know. And he has really bad sensory issues. Like he can't stand the feel of grass or sand or sun on him or even snow. But he loves the water. He loves going to the beach. Just not the sandy part of the beach, but getting in the water itself. And then you've got the sun to deal with. Well, she loves to bring him to the beach, but it's really tough.
I can see that.
So there's this one charity called Beach Ability, and they have these really cool-looking wheelchairs that they can put on the sand, and the wheels are, I guess they would be rubber or inflatable, and they're really huge. So they go right through the sand and straight into the water. She's videoing this and starting to cry because you see the joy that's on Joey's face as he's enjoying the beach and the water, because that's the one thing that he loves is the water.
And serving him the way he needs to be served.
Right?
I have seen some of these at the beach where they take a wheelchair. It's a different type of wheelchair than Joey is using, because I'm seeing pictures now, but with these big inflatable tires. And they just glide right through the sand. No worries at all. It's not
really
a struggle.
good. And then the front of it, it's like a little Tykes at the same sense too. And it's got a huge wheel up near the front of it. It's almost like a trike.
Like a 3-wheeler.
Yeah.
Type situation. He is just loving it.
You should see him. He's just enjoying his life.
Well, I'm glad that there's so many people with such big, good hearts that thought about something like this. Not something, I'm sorry, I would ever think to do, because, if it's not in your family or in your kind of circle, you don't think about those things sometimes. I'm so glad that somebody did.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
No judgment here, but those hideous looking shoes, the Crocs.
Sure.
No judgment here. But they just got more hideous. Well, no judgment here either, because if you like Shrek and you like Crocs, now there is a Croc for Shrek.
Yeah, nothing I want more on my feet than green and fuzzy.
And that's what they've done. They've done a mashup. And so the Crocs, do you call them jewels? What do you call them that you put in the...
Gibbets?
Oh, okay.
I think that's right.
I gotta ask Jake. Jake, do you know?
That is right. It is gibbets.
Thank you.
Givets, okay.
Like little charms that fit down in the holes on the toe area
so
of the croc.
the givets now look like the nose, and I guess they would be ears of Shrek.
Right. It looks like little speakers coming out of his head.
Yeah.
But then the back, like when you put it in sport mode and you've got the little strap around the back.
That's fuzzy.
That's fuzzy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know Shrek was fuzzy.
I guess.
Is
Maybe
it
the collar on his shirt?
Is it
Could it be?
representative of donkey? Like, I don't know. I don't know where the fur comes from.
Well, it's comfy.
But
I will say those things, as hideous as they look, and again, no judgment here, but I think they are comfortable.
They are comfortable. I will slip into my youngest son's Crocs sometimes to take the dogs out.
Just around the house, you'll do it.
Just in the front yard. Because we don't have any neighbors. They can't see me wearing those things.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So there's this couple, and they are getting on their flight. They've got a 13-hour flight, just trying to take a little R&R, going to Paris. So they're on this long flight, about 6.5 hours into this flight. Ugh, what is that?
Uh-oh.
There's a dog that's been flying with them and really kind of annoying them.
Their dog?
No, somebody else's dog.
Okay.
The entire flight. Like, it snored really loudly. It's been
That's
slobbering on one of the... Well, I think it was, like, to the point of, oh, my goodness. Like,
Irritating, I'm
yeah.
trying to sleep kind of thing. I get it.
It wasn't sort of a... It was like, some
pretty
dogs
loud
really get in
snore
there.
out of a dog. Okay.
Slobbering on the ankles through the whole flight.
So they're on the same row together, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So 6.5 hours in, the dog starts tooting, and the gas is flowing.
Really?
For the next 6.5 hours.
Oh, no.
There were tooty toots, and it was stanky stank.
Out of the dog.
Yes.
On
And
the plane
on the
with
plane.
this couple.
And they were just over it. I mean, that's a long flight to be, in a plane, closed, cramped quarters with people you don't know in the first place. And then you've got a dog that's passing the gas. So they've asked for a refund for at least that part of the flight.
But that's not the airplane's fault
It's
about a
no,
dog.
Right? And honestly, the dog is just being a dog.
Yeah.
The dog doesn't get embarrassed when he tooty toots. He doesn't.
So what do? They get it?
They got $75 credit towards like another flight or something. Or no, to spend at the airline's gift shop or something. So they weren't happy. So they go back and they're like, it's not enough. So then the airline's like, okay, $200 toward a future flight. They're still not happy. They're still making waves about it. I'm like, come on, just smell some peppermint and get on with your life.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. That's a long flight.
It is a
from
long
the
flight.
U.S. to Paris. It does take a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a 2-year-old being a toddler. She walked me the entire, and not just me, but like other people on the row, her mom and dad and everybody else, cried, just did her thing. She's a toddler.
My wife and I flew to Florida not too long ago, and we flew out of Asheville. Allegiant has a straight flight every day off to clear. So, we make the trek.
Yeah.
And there was a young lady next to us that had her dog, but the dog was beautiful. We loved it.
But
I like it when a dog pays attention to me. I feel like the dog whisperer.
Well, and they're like, has good judgment. And you're like, yes,
Yeah.
he does. Yes, he does.
So that was nice.
So it is nice.
The dog was paying attention to us.
Yeah, but there are...
Laying at my feet. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, buddy.
You know?
Yeah. But there are people that, are not necessarily dog or even animal people, and that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
But he made a stink. Now you're making a stink.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Let me tell you about Aspen. She's 7 years old, just celebrated her birthday. And where do you celebrate a birthday but at a state park?
Yeah.
Why
and
not?
Do a little mining.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Crater of Diamonds State Park. It's in Arkansas. But you can literally search for diamonds there.
Yeah. And they're not little chippies sometimes.
Little what?
Little chippies, like little teeny tiny little things, little slivers of diamonds. Like sometimes they're big old hunking diamonds.
She found the second biggest one.
It's crazy. It's almost 3 carats.
Talk about a great Christmas gift or birthday gift, right?
Yeah.
2.95 carat diamond, which they say is the size of a green pea.
Really? I would have
That's
thought it
what-
would have been bigger.
That's what they said. It's about the size of a green pea. So it was kind of tiny looking for it, 2.95 carat. Anyway, She found it.
I know.
It's the second biggest one they've ever found in that park, and it's hers.
So I don't know what it would be worth. I think unset and, depending, it's a brown diamond.
$20.
No.
Good $20.
No, I'm thinking.
I put it up on eBay. $20. Bid on it.
No. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have that
You
kind
don't
of.
have $20?
I have $20, but if that gets this diamond, then she needs to go mine some more.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio.
Always good to hear from you at 800-447-7234. Good morning, his radio.
Hi, my name's Addie,
Hi, Addie.
and I want to tell y'all I love when y'all just speak a lot. I love to listen about God. On the way to school, I just love listening to y'all and all the stories y'all have.
I love that, Addie. What are you getting ready to do in school today?
I'm going to Spartanburg Christian Academy, and we're going to learn about God. Love all of y'all.
We love you too, Addie. What grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
You keep loving Jesus with all your heart, Addie.
Thank you.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
They're saying that there are certain things that you can do in your morning routine that will help you be happier throughout the day. I don't know about you, but I could use a little bit of that, for just mental health and wellness and everything else. So here's a couple of things that they're saying to do. Get the phone out of your room. Never have it in there. You'll get a good night's sleep. You wake up. It won't be the first thing you see, because when you start looking at your phone, some of the negative stuff is coming through. They say talk to yourself. Really? Talk to yourself? I guess Liz does that.
Oh, all the time, constantly.
I always thought she was talking to me. I guess not. Talk to somebody else and incorporate gratitude. Those are the things that they're saying to add to your morning routine that'll help you be happier. I'll tell you one thing that I do that really helps me out, that when I miss it, I know it, and it impacts my day. And I have to start my day with some kind of devotion to God. And that's a
Yes.
part of gratitude for me. And it's also just getting in at least 5 minutes digging into the Bible. The church that I go to has a daily devotional now on their
that's
app.
so cool.
And so I'm able to dig into that every morning. I told my pastor, I say, I love this, that we're doing this every single day of the week, because it goes along with the message that is on Sunday.
Right. And the more you can point yourself, your focus toward God and away from that inward focus, which I feel like, at least for me, I do struggle with that, how everything is affecting me. So if I can turn it up to God, boy, my day just goes so much
Well, I'll
better.
tell you, it helps me.
Yeah.
And when I don't do it, I feel it. Guaranteed, every time I feel it. It
Yeah.
just impacts the rest of my day.
Even if you roll out of bed on the wrong side, once you do that, you're kind of getting yourself back on the right side.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But I feel like I have a morning routine. I have it down to a science to get ready really quickly. And so I'll wake up, wash my face, brush my teeth, put on my face, because my old barn needs some paint. And then and then have a cup of coffee, get dressed, and get out the door. So, and then I have, honestly, my quiet time with God between my house and the station every single morning, because I got like a 25-minute drive.
She drives forever.
And the conversation, it's rolling commentary, just continuous for that 25 or 30 minutes. So
Yeah, so give it a try. It might even help you.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Pink flamingos. Never heard of anything like this happening before. Pink flamingos. Now, if I say that, you probably think Florida, plastic flamingos in front lawns.
Oh, yeah.
It does happen. I've seen it. I lived there. I've done it.
That happens around
I'm
here.
sorry. Pink flamingos, really? The plastic things?
Absolutely.
So they do exist. They're a real thing. And I don't know if you heard, but because of Idalia, the storm, there were about 150 of them that were blown off their own course.
Poor thing.
So now they're like spread out throughout both North and South Carolina. I heard Texas and Virginia as well.
Things that had to go to Texas, not because Texas is bad, but that's a long way.
Yeah,
That is a long,
right?
long way.
Yeah, and that was because Idalia when it was in the Gulf Coast. And then it swung around and went through a little bit of Florida and then skirted the Carolinas coast. And so now there are people that are seeing, at least 150 of them that they know of and have seen are spread out throughout those states I just mentioned.
I'm going to need to know where they're spotted.
Really?
I would love to go see them, not, in a zoo, like in the actual wild.
You would see a pink flamingo in the wild.
That would be awesome.
I like that.
Want some shrimp, buddy? Come here.
In the wild.
Come here.